It's Monday, January 12th, and you've tuned into the People's Patriot Project, WeP3 Weekly Debrief. Currently, we're listening to WeP3 Radio, proudly produced in partnership with Reach Across America Radio. Together, we share a mission to remember the fallen, honor those who have served, and teach future generations the value of freedom. A freedom secured by the brave men and women who wear our nations and our community uniforms. Stay tuned for the WeP3 Weekly Debrief, now playing on WeP3 Radio. Matt Williams featuring Grace Schreiber, Mountain.
Moving on, just to end up back here. Is it wrong that I'm fighting the way that I feel? I know there'll be a day this will all disappear. On the other side of this mountain, my dear. Looking at me, oh, you wouldn't have guessed.
Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Thank you for joining in today with Andrea Eichmann and Mark Peterson of the People's Patriot Project for this week's WeP3 Debrief. Find out what our crew has been working on to help support those who have given some and all to the pursuit of liberty and freedoms across Minnesota and the United States. Watch, listen, and support as we create the beacon of hope and opportunity in today's society that needs its heroes. Are you a veteran, first responder, or a patriot looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we want to be the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always clean. We want to be part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to the WeP3 Debrief. Here's Andrea and Mark letting you know the mission. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Pew, 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 pew.
Hello, hello. Wee woo.
All right.
Okay, reply.
All right.
I saw some t-shirts for little kids. They had like it wasn't a fire truck. It was like one of those little kid style cop cars. And it said wee woo on it. And I thought it was kind of fun.
Dylan Petrie, good to see you, brother. Jeremy Daniels in the house.
You know.
Get it done. Board meeting tonight.
Oh, shnikes. Huh. Mrs. Eichmann may not have prepared for that. let's just say.
We talked about
Let's
it
just
last
say I have a
night.
couple other things on my mind.
Yeah.
Huh?
We talked about it last
No.
night. Yep, we did.
No.
I
The
said
board
it.
meeting?
Yep.
Oh. Where on earth was I?
I don't know.
I just was feeling pretty organized today. That kind of hurts my heart.
Don't be.
Dang it.
We'll get
It's
to it.
probably a moment where I got everything ready so long ago that I kind of forgot.
Yeah.
That happens. That does happen. Huh. Well, Frank says he's in. Hang on. I got to go look at the StreamYard. It says weekly debriefing. Oh. Are we
Why
in the
does it
debrief?
say monthly board meeting?
This is interesting. We're in the board meeting. You and I both?
No, it says the People's Patriot Project weekly debrief.
Oh my gosh. But when you go look, I think we're in the, it's live. We're live in the board meeting.
No, I don't know.
Oh, I know, because I think somebody set it up. How could we do that?
I set it up. I set it up as the weekly debrief.
Huh.
And that's why all this stuff, because I don't put destinations in it if it's, but that's it, huh?
I think that's it.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. That's
it is
weird.
what it is.
Well, here we are
Hey,
anyway.
go in the other room.
Frank, come to the meeting room. Well, let's just have our meeting room.
What the heck? I don't know how that happened. We're here. We're doing it. It's there.
Hey, maybe you've had some things on your mind too, huh? It could happen. Happened to me. It could happen to anybody.
I doubt it.
Really?
Now we got to set up another board meeting room. What the heck? It don't matter.
Oh, I think it's funny. I think it's just kind of funny. But all of our links were on here.
Right.
Interesting. I added my Twitter even. I added my X account. I got to be honest. I don't even know if I have an X account.
The one that's not working?
No. Oh, look at that. It's not working. You know why? I don't even know if I have an X account.
Oh, there you go.
So take that. I for sure haven't signed into it for a really long time.
Some sheer professionalism at its best right now, folks.
I am telling you, this is one for the books. Save that change. Get that out of here. Okay. Anyhowzers. Let's talk about what do we do at the People's Patriot Project? Something that Dylan and Jeremy don't know. And maybe Dylan's got some updates that he wants to throw out here. I want to tell you this. So those of you that are watching and listening right now, those of you that might catch a little chunk of this later, clip it. At WeP3, resilience isn't about pushing through alone. It's about staying connected, telling the truth about what we carry, and continuing the mission together. As Dr. Janelle McCauley reminds us, real strength is built in community, and healing begins when we stop carrying the weight by ourselves. The music from the Resilient last week reminds us that owning your pain also means owning your place, finding what shaped you, what made you, and all that you are today. We check our six, we protect the force and the family, and we keep showing up. So until we see you again, stay grounded, stay connected, and remember, you are not alone.
No.
That was from our show last weekend, but I got to tell you, I could fill in the two guest names that we had last night. Sal Gonzalez does not want you to think you are all alone. He's been there and felt that, and he understands. The same with our guest, William Person. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Excuse me. He is a former Team USA Olympic bobsled team member, and he experienced some traumatic injury to his brain with a crash that he had while bobsledding. And we learned so much more about bobsledding last night as well, but he then went on to explain the migraines that he was getting and the suicidal ideations. However, he was sure it would never happen because he had a family that needed him. And so he never thought about going, tipping it all that way. But he did know what it felt like to wish he wasn't here anymore. And so he has found some healing and some therapy in the world of HBOT, which is hydrobaric. There he is. Oxygen therapy is what that is. HBOT. So we'll get more into that in a little bit, but I just wanted to share our resilience words. Frank, I did our resilience thing from last week. That's all we've done because Peterson and I were trying to figure out where the heck we were and why.
Well, if you ask me how I got here, you could put a gun to my head and I couldn't explain to you how I got here. But I'm here.
Honestly, this isn't our norm. We're in here by accident. So, which is funny that we both made it in here. And then where's Frank? We don't know. Well, duh, Frank is in the actual place.
It's not fun to mess with old people. You're very set in our ways. But I do enjoy a good run around every once in a while.
Yeah. We were trying to figure out because we saw you in the notes, and I was like, damn it, Frank's in the notes, but he's not in here. We got to start.
Okay, well, that's it for the news. Have a great week.
Yep.
You can't leave. You don't even have your news hat on. What the heck, man? What the heck? Dylan, Jeremy, can you guys believe this? What a bunch of goofballs in here. What a bunch of goofballs.
I didn't even get a chance to put my fancy shirt or my fancy hat on.
One of those kind of days.
Good thing one of the light bulbs is out. The glare is not too bad off my crown.
Right there. Right there in the crown. Well, you know, we come here weekly to do our debrief. It's our weekly debrief. It is the 12th of January, 2026 already. I have to practice saying that. We're here to talk about the People's Patriot Project. We're here to fill you in on some things we have going on, some things coming up. And we're here to share our radio station with you. We're here to share our social media with you. We're here to share that we're here 2 days in a row every week, Sunday evening, Monday late afternoon. And when we are here, we want you to know that we're here just for you. And you know what, Frank? I have a little bit of news.
What happened?
Today, oh, shoot. Yesterday is National Human Trafficking Awareness Day. That is a day used to raise awareness of the persistent issue of human trafficking. Through the entire month of Though the entire month of January has already been recognized as National Slavery and Human Trafficking Prevention Month, this day is specifically dedicated to awareness and prevention of the illegal practice. This holiday is also separate from the World Day Against Trafficking Persons as established by the United Nations. Since the Senate established this day of observance in 2007, it has drawn massive public support from individual donations to government-organized events. The horrific injustice of human trafficking can affect people of any race and background, and on this day, we are all called to fight against human trafficking wherever it exists.
Yeah, it's a terrible practice, I'll tell you.
I would think by now most of us have seen that movie. What's the name of the movie, Peterson?
Which one? There's several.
And I can't think of the guy's name, though I've sent messages to him.
Taken?
I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Taken was about human trafficking.
No.
Oh.
They kidnapped his daughter and we're going to sell her off to some foreign leader.
Is that Liam Neeson?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a true story of Tim Ballard.
Tim Ballard, yes.
Um,
I'm sure the true story was a lot worse than the one in the movie.
oh my gosh, guys, I couldn't do parts of it. It was,
Yeah.
it's rough. And then just knowing that it came from, and there was a part of it that was focused on, the roles different people, and when I say roles, the real life roles different people played in finding and squashing the rings that are out there. It's just, imagine taking your child to like an acting tryout or a singing tryout, and then be told that you can't stay because it's private. It's a private tryout, but there's 100 other kids there, so you're like, okay. And when you come back, nobody's there. Can
You're
you
talking
just
about A Sound of Freedom is what you're talking, the movie.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, they I don't remember how long ago, but there was a big ring that they broke up, and they were advertising for au pairs in Europe, and they would bring them to the United States, and they found out that that's not what they were brought here for. It's just, it's modern day slavery is what it is.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I looked up a bunch of data and statistics, and I'm not happy about. Oh boy, I'm gonna get on the box.
He did it.
I love what this country is supposed to represent.
Mhm.
I love what I've been able to do and the voice that I have because of the men and women who have given us the opportunities to get where we're at right now. And I'm struggling with that right now, piece right now. I'm just going to be honest with you. We have both sides of all things, all sides. Let's call it a circle if you want to. And none of them are getting it right now. None of them are getting it right now.
Well, I like being in the military a lot and the biggest reason, and I didn't even realize it, was everybody was apolitical. And I never realized that things were getting so bad in our political system. And it doesn't even matter what idea comes up.
Do you have to label it political? That's the other part. And again, I understand that there's some political driven things and everything, but I think we have a moral issue.
Yeah.
And that's not political.
But that's how it comes out.
Sure. Absolutely.
And that's what I was saying, is that everybody lines up, and then somebody could have a great idea and they launch it out there. And just because it comes from one side, the other side automatically, oh no, that's terrible. We can't do that. And yet again, when the seats of power change, they could throw out the same thing. And all of a sudden it's a great thing. But then the other side is like, oh no, we can't do that. And it's just so stinking aggravating. And it reminds me of a bunch of kids on a playground. And it doesn't matter. You can't discuss logic. It's just one side against the other. And
you're not wrong, freak. And again, someone someone today, even in my workspace, was bringing up the stuff, and I'm just like, you're just as bad. And this is a person who, in theory, who stands on the side that I generally lean towards, and we at some point, I guess we're not going to be able to hide from some of this stuff because we're just going to have to rip the Band-Aid off. But they identify as closely associated to me in my thoughts, and I literally stopped them. I said, "You are just as bad because you keep feeding this crap.
Yeah.
I don't care. It is sad. It's disheartening. It's frustrating. I work, no surprise. I'm a school teacher. I enjoy my job. There's a part of my space that I work in where we literally have an entity that hides the fact that they are taking money and giving it to someone that has an opposing view of me. And you have to read between the lines, and you have one little window, and then you can go and you can say, "Hey, I'd like a refund for that." But you have to jump through their hoop to make that happen.
Yep.
I did not know. And again, in theory, this entity is supposed to be a nonprofit, but it has for-profit sanctions within it because they're able to use. Now, we do not talk about politics on our show. We don't talk about politics as an organization. Here's the reason why. We're here to help all. We're here to help everybody. It does not matter about your political ideology. We're here to help you. We're here to help all aspects. We don't care about who you're sleeping with. We don't care about what flag you're flying. We don't care how you identify yourself as a person. The only thing we care about is your service, or if you did serve. And that here's the other shocking part of this is it's only 10% of our country for the most part that has actually gone and done a little bit more or a lot of bit more to accommodate so these people can stand around and run their mouths the way they run their mouths. And that we can jump on social media and dump all this horse crap on there, on some of it that doesn't matter, and that we got some people celebrating tragedy and we got some people not celebrating, but you want to bend every little thing, and I don't care about these people's background. This is what gets me onto this. I don't know how to say that properly at this moment. America is the number one consumer in the world for children sex trafficking. America, the United States. I know I'm stretching all the pieces right now. Disgusting. I didn't know we were getting into this stuff tonight. But it goes back to we have a moral issue. I've got some relationships in my life I'm ready to cut off, and I've been deleting people on my accounts because of the stuff that they say, because of the things that they're supporting. And who am I? What's my voice? My voice is, this is what we do. We come together as a group and we try to help people that are struggling and we try to make sure that they don't unalive themselves. That's what we do. Do we have a stance in anything? No, other than we believe that those people who have served have given a little bit more, have given all, so that we got people burning flags again.
Yep.
I don't know what all that stuff means. All I know is I need to stay in my lane. I'm going to continue my mission. When I say my mission, I'm talking about the mission of the we, reaching across. Now, if you act like a dumbass, and you can't figure it out, and if your agenda is bigger than what the People's Patriot Project is in our network, fly a kite. We're out. I don't care. It's not important to me. I need good people. I want good people. We want people that feel a value in serving, and that's what it's all about. I don't know. You got me. Who do I blame here?
I did not mean to blindside you with that. It was in the script, so.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good.
I apologize. I just went to check. I'm like, did I just bring this up out of the blue? But I did have it on there.
It is. We need to be embarrassed. You should be embarrassed. When I do not perform in my spaces the way I want to, I go and change so that I am a better performer, to make sure that and I'm not performing for anybody but myself. That's the other thing. It's not a show. It's not a look at me. It's a look at we and get the job done. And we're not doing enough, man. I'll be honest, we're not doing enough. The thing is, if we're taking care of our people, maybe we wouldn't be dealing with half this shit. Sorry, I did it.
Well, I mean, so on that topic, and I'm not arguing anything at all, but we kind of have a lane, and though we stretch outside of our lane all the time, that's not our straight lane. It feels weird saying that because we really don't have a straight lane, but we are military and first responder supportive, and our mission didn't start out as human trafficking. Now, we will support those people that are out there fighting, especially with their physical selves, and their brains and everything else, because that's who we support. And I guess maybe we can go deeper into that, but we that's our first rate mission. I mean, we're teachers first, and then we do our nonprofit, and then we support through the nonprofit those that are out there in the front line of those other things that we don't do. So I don't know. I'm not saying you're wrong. I would like to do more, and I would support whoever's out there doing it.
Well, and what's crazy, our crazy little special world we live in, there are even like people that go against the systems that are trying to go against child trafficking. Like court systems and I'm just like, this doesn't even make sense, man. When did we get here? Have I just lived a whole world of being just naive for such a long time? And is that the case? That's probably the case. I've expected too much from our world, is what I've expected.
Well, how could you be a human being and not be against sex trafficking? Especially minors. I mean, my God.
It makes sense to me, Frank. Makes sense to me.
This is definitely a topic that we talk about quite a bit. It is something that people know it exists. People know it's out there. They're even paying attention. But they also don't get overly concerned about jumping in until something close to home hits. I think it's a scary piece. It's scary out there, and nobody wants to think that it can happen to them. And then when it does happen to them, that's when they jump in full blown, and that's when it matters even more. And I would never say that it doesn't matter to them, but it's more at the front when it gets close to home. Really close to home, especially. So with that in mind, holy cow.
Good to see you, Mr. Gibson.
Hey, Brian. What? So I guess I did kind of talk about William, who visited us last night. I've been emailing with William for quite a bit. He is a former 9-year Team USA Olympic bobsled member. Last night, you guys, pre-show, and as soon as we got started, right into the introduction, he just jumped right in, sharing about everything he knows about CTE, traumatic brain injury, and everything that he's learned, he wants to use to help veterans and first responders. And he focuses on veterans, but he learned about that through his study of traumatic brain injury, PTSD, and then meeting some veterans and realizing the importance of military people in our world. And, same goes with first responders. He couldn't say it more. He couldn't say it enough that he wants things to be there for veterans to use, and they should be first in line, and they should not be not doing it because insurance doesn't cover it, or they don't have enough money, or whatever it is, doesn't matter. He wants them to be able to get this treatment. I thought it was very cool. And he shares because of the CTE and the brain injuries that his teammates and friends and acquaintances have gone through, he understands the world of loss because of it as well. And we saw live on the show last night, he's got a friend who not so long ago unlived himself, and the huge questioning of why and what could have been done differently. And now that he knows so much about the brain and how it's affected and how the hyperbaric oxygen therapy can help, at least how it helped him. I mean, he must have some serious doubters out there, because he kept saying, fact check me. And I can appreciate that. I mean, what is our world about right now anyway? Fact checking everything. And so, again, I can appreciate that. He's brought a strong case. He's brought some super strong examples. He is going to spread his, I don't want to call it, yes, it's a business. His business with amazing capability of getting every veteran in there. He's going to bring it around the country, and he wants to heal people. So he just, strength, ambition, goals. Joe Namath brought it to him and said, hey, you got to do this. And honestly, I'm kind of old, but who would not believe if Joe Namath said to you, hey, this worked for me? I would trust him. So anyway, that is what William Person brought to us. And we are hoping, I went looking for a place in Hastings. All we've got in like a 20 to 30 mile radius is super high end, like well, like the Vikings training center is right up there, but I can't just go use their chamber. And then like the big hospitals in some places up in the cities have them. And there was nowhere that said you could go rent a spot or use it. So I didn't get very far, but I'm going to keep looking. I'm going to keep looking to see if I can figure out who's got one of those $20,000 chambers that I could just rent a moment in. But did he say he goes in there for an hour at a time? I believe. But not often, just when he feels the ick creeping back in. And then I don't know which one of you two wants to talk about Sal. But you can talk about Sal. Oh, I did type some notes in there. So, yeah, Brian. Yeah, you're not wrong. And William is working on that. Yeah, it'll take some management and training, but he's already got it. He's got it rolling. His energy, ambition, and passion. I tell you, he's good. And I've never been so interested in bobsledding since like 1987, 88, 89. You know, the movie that brought bobsledding to the forefront. And I'd kind of forgotten how exciting it is to watch. And you know they're going fast, but how fast are they going? Do you remember?
Yeah, pulling 2 Gs.
Yeah, crazy. And it's minus 40 degrees when they're doing this. Oh, okay. I'm not joining in. I don't like to be cold, so they are gonna have to convince me. But, okay, let's hear about Sal.
Well, Sal's in Nashville now, and he loved music ever since he was growing up. He's wanting to play music and be a musician, but he got kind of sidetracked like most young people when 9/11 happened, and he decided to join the Marines and do his part for the country. He wasn't in Iraq very long before he had pretty catastrophic injury. He's just in I think it was an IED, and he woke up in the hospital and didn't really realize how bad off he was. He lost his leg, and he had several other injuries, but the loss of the leg, I think, was the worst for him and for anybody. And he also lost a good friend of his, Matt Lynch, at that time. And that's hard to wrap your head around as well when you're trying to recover and you realize that you made it and your buddy didn't. He suffered with survivor's guilt for a long time, and that's probably understandable, and it's not something that you soon lose or grow out of. It takes a lot of work. And like a lot of other people who have a survivor's guilt, he covers it up with a happy disposition and abuse of alcohol or drugs, and also weight. And then he finally figured it out that he needed to get his life back on track. And the best thing that he could do is realize that there's a lot of other people in the same boat as him, and he's not the only one. So he got more involved in music and doing things and worked his way back out of the hole that he was in. And the songs that he played, I mean, I don't know that I've ever connected with a single song more than I did with the first song he played. thing I love the most. And boy, I'll tell you what, if you've been in the military for more than a hot minute, you probably know what it feels like to be deployed and be away from your family. And as soon as he started playing that song, I immediately remembered the worst time that I had being deployed and not being with my family at Christmas and having to call my daughters and wish them a Merry Christmas, but Dad would not be home. And that stuck with me pretty good. The other one, I think everybody who's heard the second song automatically relates to it, called Hero. And if you've never heard it, you need to dial it up and listen, especially if you're a veteran and you lost people that you know and loved in battle, and you came home. So I'll always be a fan of Sal's. Anytime we have him on the show is a great show in my mind.
100%.
Looking forward to the next time.
What else we got?
Did he say he said he's got some new stuff coming too?
Yeah.
So
I bet you it'll be another thing that people will relate to that have served. Yeah, it seems like all the stuff he does, it just reaches out and whacks you upside the head and makes you remember and think of things.
absolutely.
That's why I like being on the show with you guys. I love meeting these people, and I mean, I've held Sal in great esteem for years, and I never thought I'd get a chance to say hello and hear him speak and talk about his music.
And we gotta have him back.
I just want to say thank you to both of you.
Oh, Frank, it's too easy. We love having you.
Right.
Too easy. I remember when you were just hanging around, I was like, let's get Frank on here. Frank's always here. Let's get him on. And then boom, there you were.
I don't think I struggled too much in getting.
I don't think we had to pull really hard. Come on.
There was no thought involved in that one.
Hey, and I want to share with everybody else, it's some work, and he's still here. He's not afraid of the work, you guys.
Oh,
Work.
This isn't work. This is a good way to pass the time.
See, I love it. I love it.
Retired, work is a good thing. Having anything to do is a good thing.
True.
Hey, I got some good news today.
Tell us.
You're better.
I might be in a documentary about my writing.
Nice.
Yeah. The organization that's presenting me the award for the second book next month is putting together a documentary, and I got a shot at being in it.
Outstanding.
Way cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wonder if they'll let me wear my press hat when I'm on the interview.
They probably will. Why wouldn't they?
Well, they're down in Arizona, so in Phoenix, so they can get kind of stuffy shirts sometimes. You know, you do all that formal stuff. That reminds me, I gotta find the tuxedo tomorrow and make sure it still fits.
Fancy. What song you guys want to end with?
Do you have another one of Sal's all prepped from last night that we could maybe?
Yeah, we didn't get to hear two of them.
Yeah, let's. Yep. What were the two? Alabama Breathing or Doghouse?
Alabama Breathing showcases a little bit of the support from Label 22 with Stephen Cochran and Brian Romans, and so and that's also a live video, so that would be a good choice.
Okay, let's do that.
Alrighty, let's get some work done, folks. Make sure you're checking your 6. We'll be here this coming weekend. We do have some stuff in the works. We don't have official guests yet, but that's getting put in play. And we will talk to you later when the smoke clears. This is the one, the only, the amazing Sal Gonzalez with Alabama Breathing.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.